would you like your own personal life coach? Well, guess what? You have one now. Every Monday morning at 7:30, it's time for your Monday morning motivational moment. Kick off your week just right. Monday mornings at 7:30 on 103.9 FAS-FM.
103.9 FAS-FM. Today's hits, yesterday's favorites. 7:31. It's Tom Rooney in for Joanna this morning on the More Music Morning Show. Nice to have you around. And as per usual, it's time to check in with Lorraine Esposito, who's in for herself today. Right, Lorraine?
I am being me.
So to speak.
Yeah. I am here, and
now, happy Friday to you, by the way.
Thank you.
We made it through the week. Another week we can check off the calendar.
I love it. Friday's my favorite day. It doesn't even matter what I'm going to do. Could be, anything. I just love it. This is the best day.
All right. What do you have for us today?
Well, are you ready for some chatting?
I don't know.
I know. Okay. So just let your brain kind of wrap around this and tell me what comes to mind. Subtle digs.
Ooh, boy. My boss?
Oh. Okay.
Not here. I'm not talking about here. No, I'm only kidding. My boss is a square guy. But coworkers kind of do it to one another quite a bit, though.
Okay.
Let's see. You have an Uncle Charlie in the family. Everybody has an Uncle Charlie in the family. At family events, they're always digging somebody about something.
Well, what is it, though?
Let's see. They would dig about, I went somewhere that you haven't been, or I've done something you haven't done, or I have something that's better than the one that you have. You wouldn't figure this would happen in the adult world, but the reality is it does.
Yes. It so does. You're absolutely spot on. That's exactly right. And it comes out in a lot of different ways. Sometimes it seems very intentional, but a lot of times it's really unintentional by the person who's speaking. We try to help people, but what we're saying could actually be making things worse. The support, comes out as a little subtle criticism or a judgment or a dig, and it can hurt. And there's a couple of phrases that come to mind that are well-intentioned but might actually hurt. And one of them is comparing any aspect of that person to who they used to be. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, in some regards. As we age, I think people who we've known for quite a bit, they tend to refer to things that maybe happened, say, 10 years ago. Right.
Or things, you're so much smarter than you were before. Or you're so much, you've lost so much weight, you're so much thinner than you used to be.
The backhanded compliment.
Well, but I think a lot of times people don't intend it that way. They are trying to actually, help someone see how far they've come. But in reality, it is really a reminder of a person or a place or a time that they would like to not remember, maybe.
I think we'd much prefer to say, wow, you really look great now, and just leave it at that. Don't say, you look much better than you used to look,
Oh, it's so right.
That is annoying, yes.
A couple of others that come to mind that are subtle criticisms that may be well-intentioned are being better than the other person, kind of like that Uncle Charlie, somebody's doing something, it's not working for them, and they go, I tried that once, but I sure learned quick not to do that.
Or, why are you wasting your time doing that?
Right. Now, that wouldn't be so subtle.
I hate that one.
Yeah. Or if you deny the other person's feelings, like, you shouldn't be so sad about that. It could be so much worse. That's subtle. And it's intended to bolster someone, to maybe help them see a side of a situation that's more positive than they've been seeing. But it doesn't help. It sure doesn't help. Or the best one is telling someone how they actually should feel. Oh, you should be so happy with that, when they're not. So it's very disrespectful to the feelings that they have. So these are little subtle things that we say or to other people that if you're doing it and you're not intending to be critical, you might want to change that.
Yeah, I know. It's hard, you interact with people on a regular basis, and sometimes you just figure they know you're well-intentioned, and it just doesn't come across that way. It can happen to all of us, I think.
It so does. And I think mostly those subtle criticisms are unintentional.
Except from Uncle Charlie.
Except for Uncle Charlie. So there you go. Just watch what you're saying. And if you're not sure, you've said something and you catch yourself too late, just search the other person's expression. You'll know whether or not you need to go back and make it better.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff, Lorraine.
Okay.
All right. Where do we find you?
Find me at peacemakercoach.com, and on the website, click over to the Coaching School of Mastery at Westchester Community College. We are hanging out over there and having a lot of fun.
All righty. And Lorraine, you'll be back on Monday with Jolana.
Perfect.
All
Great
right.
talking to you, Tom.
You have a great weekend.
Bye.
All righty. Our life coach, Lorraine Esposito here, 103.9 FAS FM.